build all our first ramps, you know.
Oh, you smashed it.
You probably broke the car.
Yeah, it's alright.
Careful.
Whoa.
Everyone got put on furlough. No one could go to work. Everyone was getting paid. It's like, fuck, we can just like spend all our money on cement. The only shops that are open are B&Q anyway. We can't spend our money on anything else. I can't go drinking. Just go have a couple tinnies and build a ramp. Someone built the quarter pipe. That was for Ben's birthday. And everyone saw it, didn't get knocked down. There was a possibility for DIY building here. Like everyone just kind of like rushed to it. And then we just started coming back every day and just kind of stuck there.
So the Grove has been an abandoned pub since I think about 2013. Prior to that there'd been a fire in the kitchen, so the pub's just kind of been shut down since then.
You'd come past and you'd see like squatters in the windows, like it's been boarded up for as long as I can remember. So I'm surprised it actually took so long to become a DIY because it is perfect for it.
We know the space has been empty for 7 years. It's closed off from cars, like no one can park there no more. There's huge cement blocks. Like there's already a fucking concrete ramp here. Like it was like pure joy, innit? We were like, shit, let's go skate.
I think it was about April time. We were walking down, me and my missus go on walks all the time around Dulwich and so on. And we came across this car park, and I see a pole jam there, and I see a few bricks, and I'm super excited. We go in and we're like, okay, well, like what the hell? Like how have we never noticed this before, you know? A few kids had started skating down at this place, you know, usually just setting up bricks and the, you know, poles and the kind of stuff that the kids set up as a rudimentary like DIY skate park.
At first it was just completely overgrown, like leaves everywhere, glass all over the floor, rubble just scattered everywhere, just pallets and shit. Loads of puddles. You can see a lot around here now. There's like, Tilly's done a good job of patching everything up, but there was so many potholes, like it's not a place that you think you'd be able to skate if you saw it when it first was just a car park.
The kids weren't building with like concrete, but they were, you know, doing your classic whatever we find on the street we're skating, like planks of wood, shelves, yeah, just sofas and whatever we could get our hands on.
The lockdown definitely played a part in like the amount of people that come to Grove, because it kind of all started as like people would come down here because all the other parks were locked off, and that was nice because like you'd go to Crystal Palace skate park up the road, fences everywhere, you get kicked out in half an hour. Go to Peckham Rye, you can't even get in.
You'd have fences that they put at the bottom of the quarter pipes, and other places getting covered in gravel and all kinds of stuff like that.
It's not like, in the lockdown, it's not like skating's any worse for COVID than going for a bike ride is. Like, it's still an activity, but obviously the government didn't see that, so it was nice that we could come here and know that we'd be able to skate.
It was coming up to my birthday, so we got together and thought, fuck it, we'll try and build a concrete ramp. The forms for the quarter were some offcuts of wood that had been thrown into the beer garden, which just happened to be the perfect kind of whippy quarter shape. We never really built anything like that before. We had absolutely no idea what we were doing.
Theo was like, oh, we got to mix them together, right? And then we got to put it down, and then we got to rub it in it. So that's what we done, and it was fucking shite. Pure layers and stuff. It's super gross.
It's very much punk. It's very much like, that true essence of DIY. You get your mates, you get some cement from like the DIY hardware store, and you just start building, and then it's kind of like changed over time to become like more community based, like more people, like a huge operation.
I had no idea what it means to be a skater. I just saw a physical board, and then thought, yeah, I can maybe push around to do calorie burn. But then I had no idea if you turn up on a skate spot on a regular basis that people might recognize you, or if you even improved slightly, people might give you a bit of encouraging flopping and the other stuff. And yeah, I wasn't expecting any of that.
So I first met Tilly in about 2018, and she was skating Peckham Rye. Remember her Instagram used to just be lost and found Peckham Rye?
It was quite interesting actually. It was all the crazy things that people left. She kind of set up an Instagram based off the back of this, all the stuff that she'd found. Soon she'd heard about the Grove and she started coming down. She's always been quiet at the beginning and would kind of stick to herself and that. But then she began taking on these roles that people weren't really, you know, taking on themselves, for instance. Like she'd see a crack at the bottom of a ramp and be like, oh, you know, are you guys thinking of fixing that? Because I could fix that. And kind of just embracing, really, being a caretaker of the Grove, essentially.
She was generally the wet check as well. Like, you know what I mean, during lockdown it was either me or Tilly, like, if you wanted to know whether the Grove was dry, check the story, and she'd be like, yeah, it's wet, it's dry. So a picture of the spot. It's pretty sick, man.
The struggle is really one of the things that really brought the crew stronger together. We found out around summer last year that the space was potentially going to be knocked down within the next few months. Quickly, kids began to react and set up petitions. We had like Leo and Thea putting out messages on the forums, you know, trying to get the community more involved and to see kind of what they thought of it from a perspective that's not a developer's. Quickly we realised that we had this unprecedented kind of response that was the entire community being like, this is a needed space. You guys have actually put something here that's needed. Suddenly there's somewhere for my teenage boy to go out and skate and hang out and feel safe, and also part of a community, which I think Dulwich has especially been missing, you know, as it is quite prestigious sports clubs and so on, you know, and cricket and golf. What we've actually done is put a space there that was needed, still within this quite middle class area. Biggest bits of feedback that was really that we'd improved the space, especially from what it was. I think for a lot of people it had become like a massive eyesore. This space of land had been left just derelict for 7 odd years. It was covered in litter, you know. It was all overgrown shrubbery and so on. It was not looked after in any way. And what we did when we moved in was really start to pick up this litter, even doing a little bit of gardening, and generally just giving purpose to the space. The councillors began to take notice, saying that they're down to help us try and save this space. Obviously the talks began to go into liability and so on. As long as you're proving that you're keeping up the space as much as you can, it means that small cracks and stuff like that isn't actually really going to get us in trouble. And that's really where Tilly comes back into this, as she's the one really scoping out the space and finding these things as and when they happen, which funnily enough is part of one of the ROSPA guidelines. From this, we kind of realised that nothing really was going to happen of the news from the leaseholders from Stonegate. And we were kind of like, well, we've kind of managed to secure the space. So we just continued building, really.
Why do you think you
You don't want to work it too much, innit, so we get nice and wet. Get this shit out and we'll be chilling. It's kind of got a lump to it.
Yeah, so try to get it out.
No, we could kind of make it work. Like, if it was slightly rounded, it's not an issue, you know?
want to say I've been helping out because these guys have been doing a lot more than I have, but it's just nice to feel like by just even building stuff and just coming down here and making a community, it's helping everyone around us. Been a few moments of we used to have a big problem because obviously there's an estate right next to it. We would get a lot of like scary guys coming in here trying to steal stuff, but they've kind of stopped coming down now because there's always people here.
Worst experience I had in the Grove was the potential mugging when the young skaters were in the spot. I think it was opportunistic potential mugging, but they came in and then threatened young skaters saying, "Yo bro, can I borrow your phone? I've got a knife." Shortly after that, someone pointed me the group of youth on the street saying, "These are the guys, they try to mug us." As they walk, the muggers walk along the street. Basically, I placed myself in between. I stayed within the grove, but just sort of kept pace with them, keeping eye on them, just to say, "You try that, you come in and then mess about this place. Yeah, try that, be on my dead body, you bunch of..." And luckily no one got hurt, but that incident really changed the vibe of Grove for quite considerable amount of time. Some kids stopped coming in because of the fear, or maybe parents told them to stay away from the Grove for a while. So I still resent that incident because those youth basically took a piece out of skaters. Before that, it was all nice and sort of silly and then a bit weird and then a bit left field, but it wasn't nothing sort of that edgy. That made me realize I can actually help just being there. That was really good to know, but because it's like, okay, now people are watching us, the kids can potentially be attacked. Yeah, that was nasty wake-up call. Many months after that, it was a Christmas time. The kids, the regular kids, and I think their parents clubbed together and then bought me a thank you deck for Christmas. And yeah, there is a lovely message to say thank you for protecting us. It's like, oh my God. You made me cry. Yeah, it was like really heartfelt message from them. I didn't expect. Yeah, that's the thing. I wasn't really expecting something like that. So I was really like, oh my God, because many of them even don't say hi when they come in, and then they just hang around with their mates and they go home.
So a skate jam is a day where people come and they skate together. It's an organised day where there may be prizes, so like you do your best tricks and you get a prize. They change depending on events, but it's just a day where people come together, they skate, have fun, maybe win some free stuff.
Today we got our 4th jam at the Grove. We got live music today. We've had, I think, 9 punk bands on. It's been crazy. I'm not sure why the police haven't come yet.
They can't do that. It's not fair.
If they bought the building, technically they can. That's just annoying.
Yeah.
Well, look, I found it outside
was just
on the
now.
pool.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah.
I made that lid with my dad. Start a lockdown, like, come on, what are you doing?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you'd rather
Best
stay
of luck.
here.
I'm not gonna leave. I'm not gonna be
Beyond get your body, right?
Yeah. Oh, fuck.
We just have to find a peaceful, legitimate way to go against the planning permission. Yeah, we'll see.
The Grove in itself can go, but the community we've built is never going to go away. Like, this is only the first of many DIYs I'm sure that are going to end up happening. Like, even at the moment, we're looking for new plots of land where we can build stuff in case this gets taken down, which I hope it wouldn't. But at the same time, it will be nice to start fresh somewhere new.
I am hoping to organize a silly skate sports day, and that should be something I can actually enjoy because I can understand what is going on, whereas in a usual skate jam it's too technical, too advanced, too intense for me. Oh, we are doing egg on spoon, come join us. Yeah, we've got a couple of rounds so you still can join. Wow.
With any DIY, you know that time is limited because you don't know whether it's going to go next week, tomorrow, next year. And that's really the beauty of a DIY as well, that throwaway kind of attitude towards it. That, yeah, we're going to lose this, but as long as we make the most of it, then it's kind of fine.